Hello everybody and welcome to lesson 1 of this measurement unit called centimeters and millimeters. In this lesson you will be able to measure lengths in centimeters and millimeters and convert centimeters to millimeters. So here we have a number line which looks very similar to a ruler. If I wanted to make a line segment, so a line that is 2 centimeters long, if your ruler has a 0, that is the starting point. If it doesn't, then you start at the very end or edge of your ruler. And on my piece of paper, I would mark where the 0 is, and then I would mark where the 2 is for 2 centimeters. And then I would simply connect them like that. So that is how to draw a line segment of a certain length. So now I would like you to go ahead and use a ruler and a piece of graph paper to measure and draw line segments that are 3, 5, and 8 centimeters long. Pause the video, come back when you are ready. So here we go, we have lines that are 3, 5, and 8 centimeters long. You'll probably also notice that your ruler, in addition to centimeters, also has millimeters. So these are these really small units down below. So you'll notice that if you count them, there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So that would mean that in 2 centimeters, we would have 20 millimeters, 10 plus 10. So we already discovered that 1 centimeter has 10 millimeters, 2 centimeters have 20 millimeters, and you could continue the pattern below. So if we were to look at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 centimeters, we would find 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 millimeters in those adjacent lengths. So basically, to get from centimeters to millimeters, we take that number and multiply it by 10. So for example, 5 centimeters times 10 is equal to 50 millimeters. So go ahead and convert these to millimeters. Remember, you are multiplying each length by 10. Come back when you're ready. So as we already discovered, 3 times 10 is equal to 30 millimeters. 8 centimeters, 8 times 10 is 80 millimeters. 15 times 10 is, remember you learned this trick before, if you're multiplying by 10, you're taking that extra 0, you're adding it to the end, so you have 150 millimeters. 50 centimeters would be 500 millimeters. And again, you're just adding a 0 to the end. Here, 2,345 centimeters would equal to 23,450 millimeters. Same numbers with just an extra 0 added to the end. So now for comparing two lengths, if one is in centimeters and the other one's in millimeters, we have to convert one. In my mind, it's always easier to convert the centimeters into millimeters. So if I were to convert this into millimeters, it would be 70 millimeters. And now it's easy to tell that 70 is greater than 30. So that is the symbol for greater than. Remember, the Pac-Man or the monster here is hungry and wants to eat the bigger number. Okay, if we were going to do it the other way, we want to convert 30 into centimeters. Instead of multiplying by 10, we're dividing by 10. So 30 millimeters is the same as 3 centimeters. And again, 7 centimeters is greater than 3 centimeters. All right, go ahead and try this exercise to compare which one is greater. Come back when you're ready. Alright, here's the real simple thing to do. Multiply the centimeters by 10, so you're adding 0 to the end. Whoops, I added it to the wrong one. Have to make sure it's to the centimeters that I'm adding the 0. Even with my bonuses here. So 35 millimeters is greater than 20. 200 is greater than 48. 900 is greater than 765. 650 is slightly greater than 643. 3,456 is greater there. Here I've got 78,000 compared to 12,000, so 78,000 is more. And here I've got 654,000 compared to 88,000, 654,000 is greater. So counting every millimeter takes time. So you can sit there and count up to 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Or you could simply skip count by 10. So there's 10, there's 20, and now I can count the additional 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 26 millimeters. So let's practice measuring different objects to the closest millimeter. Well, if I have a centimeter without millimeters, it's kind of hard to do, but I can tell that this red line is in between 5 and 6 centimeters, and it's obviously closer to 5. Okay, so it's going to be 50 some millimeters if we multiply it by 10. So now if my ruler does have millimeters, I know that the 5 centimeter mark is 50 millimeters, and then I have 1, 2 more, so this bar is 52 millimeters long. It's about 50 centimeters long if we were to estimate. Now to actually convert it, we would do 52 divided by 10. And if you're thinking that's really complex, it's actually not too hard. Imagine that there is a decimal point, or let's go 52.00. That's the same value. So if this was money, this would be $52, this would be $52. So it's showing the same thing. When I'm dividing by 10, all I'm doing is moving that decimal spot 1 to the left. So 52 divided by 10 is equal to 5.2. The zeros I don't have to write, I can ignore them. So the bar is actually 5.2 centimeters long. You could tell that it's 5 and a bit, so 52 is a reasonable, or 5.2 is a reasonable answer. What is the length of the bar in centimeters and millimeters? So let's do millimeters first. So we have 30, didn't quite reach 40. This long line in between is halfway between 3 and 4, or halfway between 30 and 40, which would be 30 millimeter or 35 millimeters, 36, 37. So 37 millimeters. And if I divide by 10, so moving that decimal point over would be 3.7 centimeters. This bar is 45 millimeters long. Is 45 closer to 40 or 50? Well, it is right in the middle. It's right in the middle. So we would say it's 4.5 centimeters. All right, everybody, that's it for this lesson. Go ahead and work on pages 99 to 101 in your Jump Math book. Ask your teacher if you need any help. Good luck.